I've devoted everything to you, and you still won't even look at me. What am I even here for? The words echoed in my mind like a mantra of despair. I stood in the grand hall, surrounded by opulent tapestries and glittering chandeliers, feeling utterly invisible. My gaze drifted to the figure on the throne, the one I had dedicated my life to serving. Queen Lyrian, with her piercing emerald eyes and raven black hair, sat regally, her attention fixed on the petitioners before her. I watched, a familiar pang in my chest as she listened intently, her expression a mask of benevolence. I had been her handmaiden of the chamber for 5 years, attending to her every need, anticipating her every whim. I had given up my family, my friends, my very identity to serve her. And yet, in all that time, she had never once looked at me directly, never acknowledged my presence, never thanked me, never even noticed me. The pain had long since stopped being a sharp sting and had become a dull ache, a constant reminder of my existence. I was a ghost, a shadow, a mere object in her life. As the petitioners departed, the Queen's gaze swept the room, but not once did it land on me. I felt a scream building in my throat, a torrent of emotions I dare not unleash. I had seen what happened to those who showed too much passion, too much feeling, in the Queen's court. They were cast aside, forgotten, or worse. I took a deep breath and focused on the task at hand. I had to ensure the Queen's attire was properly arranged, her jewelry polished, and her every need met. I moved with precision, my hands moving on autopilot as I adjusted the delicate silver threads on her cloak. Just as I finished, she spoke, her voice like honey and ice. "Summon my advisor, Lord Ravenswood." I curtsied, my heart heavy, and made my way to the door. As I reached for the handle, a voice, low and smooth, spoke behind me. "To serve me, that is all you were ever meant for." I turned, my eyes meeting the Queen's for a fleeting instant. A spark of connection, a flicker of acknowledgement, and my heart skipped a beat. But it was quickly extinguished. In that moment, I realized the terrible truth. I wasn't just a handmaiden, I was a possession, a tool, a means to an end. I existed solely to cater to her whims, to anticipate her needs, to be a silent, invisible companion. The door closed behind me, and I was alone in the corridor. I felt a sob rising, but I choked it back. I couldn't afford to show weakness. Not here, not now. I took a deep breath and continued on my errand, the words echoing in my mind like a curse. As I walked, the shadows seemed to deepen, the air growing thick with an almost palpable sense of longing. I thought of all the times I had stood by her side, of all the whispered secrets, the shared laughter, the moments of quiet intimacy. They had been mine alone, fantasies born of desperation. But what if there was more? A door creaked open, and Lord Ravenswood stepped out, his eyes narrowing as he took in my expression. "Well, handmaiden?" he asked, his tone a mixture of curiosity and annoyance. I pasted on a mask of serenity, my voice barely above a whisper. "The Queen requests your presence, my lord." As I stepped aside, he entered the throne room, and I remained in the corridor, lost in thought. To serve her, that was all I was meant for, or so I thought. In the silence, a memory surfaced, one I had long suppressed, a moment, fleeting and tender, when the Queen's gaze had met mine, and for an instant I had seen something there, something that looked almost like recognition. A spark of hope flickered to life within me. Perhaps, just perhaps, there was more to my existence than mere servitude. I was more than just a tool, more than just a shadow. The thought sent a shiver down my spine. I was no longer sure if I was ready to face what lay ahead, but I knew I couldn't stay hidden in the shadows forever. As the hours passed, I found myself stealing glances at the Queen, searching for that fleeting moment of connection again. And when our eyes finally met, I saw it, a flicker of curiosity, a hint of intrigue. In that moment, I knew I had a choice to make. I could continue to serve her, silently and invisibly, or I could take a chance and risk everything for a chance at something more. The Queen's gaze lingered on mine, and for an instant, I thought I saw a glimmer of understanding. And in that moment, I knew I would follow her into the unknown, no matter the cost, for I was hers and she was mine, and together we would uncover the secrets that lay hidden in the shadows of our hearts.